What is up? Welcome back once again to another edition of the 30-Day Bootcamp. I'm once again very excited to be going through specifically sales once again with you today. And today we're going to uncover what your value is, how to actually define what it is that you want to charge, and how to actually come up with a game plan to start setting those variables in your business and your investment guides so that you can actually charge and make a profit in your business. Okay, so as always, I'm glad you guys are here. Appreciate you guys. I know it's been a sort of a long but great month so far, and let's just keep moving forward. Into sales. Here we go. I want to first of all let you guys know as well. I live near an airfield, so if you hear the rumbling of jets in the background, that is what is happening. Everything is good, so no worries. Let's start with knowing your value. And so the idea here, guys, is I want to paint a picture for you guys through this lesson as to why you need to charge more for your work and how to get you there mentally so that you understand, that it's a great idea to actually be charging more for your work, not only for you, but for your clients as well. And it starts with knowing your value. So the first thing to understand is we do not charge our rates based on the physical cost of the products we offer. One of the things I see all the time is that photographers are very hesitant and almost fearful or uncertain about charging more than something costs. And you can't stay in business that way. So we have to get over that. You've got to be able to charge more than the physical cost of the product or you're going to go out of business. What we do charge, or how we charge, is according to the value we provide in accordance with what we need to run a profitable business. Okay? So think about it like if you just did, let's just say a product costs you $200 and you charged like $225 and you make 25 bucks on your sale. Woohoo, how many of those things do you have to actually move to make a profit in the end, right? So think about, let's move forward and as we talk about knowing your numbers, let's keep moving there. What is it costing you to actually run your business? Now, this is something that most people don't ever really stop and think about. Most entrepreneurs get into business, they just kind of hit the ground running. They just kind of go all out and go for it and don't really stop to consider what it actually costs them to run a successful business. So what I want you guys to think about is what is it actually costing you to run this business that you have in the first place? And to do that, in order to understand that, you need to know your CODB, which is your cost of doing business, and your COGS, your COGS, the cost of goods sold. And really what happens is once you know these numbers, then you can create a game plan that will get you to the next level. That'll help you start figuring out your pricing structure in a way that makes sense versus throwing an arbitrary number out. And what you want to do is just set your prices according to those numbers and make sure that you're adding room for profit as well. Profit is necessary. Profit is a good thing. And if you have any hangups mentally around making money on your business, you've got to get working around those because quite honestly, like I've said over and over again, you cannot have a successful business if you're not making profit, okay? All businesses that succeed are making money, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you do a great job and you offer a great service, you should be making money. So, continuing on, let's talk about cost of doing business first. These are, we look at these basically as expenses, your equipment, your rent, overhead, marketing, utilities, anything that falls into that category that's related to your business. That is what we're considering cost of doing business. That's an expense, okay? If you look at cost of goods sold, that's literally like whatever products that you're selling to your clients, whether it's albums or wall art or whatever it is. You need to know these numbers and you need to have an idea, as you're starting to put together your investment guides and your pricing and you're starting to present these to your clients, you need to have a really good idea of what your margins are on each item that you offer and what it's going to cost you. Jess had a great example the other day. We had a conversation with one of our clients and we were talking about, or it may have been one of these calls, either way, where, what if you had to reprint something, right? What if it was actually on our Monday call, Jess, I think it was. But what if you had to reprint something and now you have to pay twice for that cost of goods sold, right? Think about that. Do you have enough margin in there that you're not going to go upside down on that product? And that's one of the things you've got to consider. It's a rare thing that happens, knock on wood, but it does happen from time to time, and you need to make sure that you're not going to go upside down on something like that. So I put together an example for you guys, and I think it's powerful to see it all come together this way. So let's just start by calculating first your cost of doing business and then what your desired income or salary would be. So let's just say, and again, I'm using rough example, ballpark examples here. Let's say it cost you $50,000 a year cost of doing business, and cost of goods sold combined, right? Let's just say that's the case. And then you also want to make 50K in your business as a salary. Okay, so that means your total annual costs are going to be at $100,000. All right. Now I'm going to play the conservative route. Jess and I take 8 weeks a year off and we travel and we do our thing. So I'm going to say that you guys are even cooler than that. And you only want to work 42 weeks in the year, which means you take 10 weeks off. Now what happens is you're going to take that total annual cost of 100K, divide it by the number of weeks that you want to work. And this is what you need to be making per week in your business to hit these numbers. So 100K divided by the 42 weeks is going to mean you need to make $2,380 roughly per working week in your business. Or if you just factor it out over the entire year, 52 weeks, you need to make $1,923 per week, okay? So however you factor it, you need to make 6 to 8K a month roughly to actually stay in business. And not so much even stay in business, but to be able to turn a profit, right? Like you can stay in business with less, but it's not very fun if you're not making much money. So, you need to really think about that as you guys move into it. Now, I want to give you guys a few scenarios. And Jen says, so easy to make it too. I love that, Jen. Okay, so let me give you guys a few scenarios. Let's go shoot and burn first. This is where most people are. Now, I want to use the same numbers that we just used and explain to you why it's killing you if you're not selling your work for more money, okay? So shoot and burn, let's say I just used an average of $200 session fee. You don't sell your work. You basically shoot, give the images to the client, and you're done with it. Well, in order to get to that $2,380 we just talked about, you divide that by a $200 session fee, you've got to do 12 sessions a week, guys. That's a lot of freaking work for not a whole lot of money. Now, if you actually look at it per month, it's 48 sessions a month. And if you go real, overview, it's 504 sessions per year over the 42-week span. And I can tell you guys, I don't know any photographer or any studio that's doing 500 sessions a year. Okay. So this is one of the biggest things that you've got to understand. If you're charging, a couple $100, $200, $300, $400, even $400 to $500, and you're not selling your work, you're still having to do hundreds of sessions a year. And it makes your workload exponentially more difficult. All right. So I want to go with a different example now and show you what it's like the other direction. Let's say you're selling your work in person. Okay. $200 session fee, but now you've got a $2,000 average sale. Now look, I want to stop right here first and tell you guys, if you've never had a $2,000 sale, I completely understand how that would seem crazy or not feasible, because I used to feel the same way before I actually made that kind of money in my business. I used to feel like it was unreachable, but the truth is it's not. It's actually very reachable, and it's pretty easy to do when you dial things in. So let's just use the example of a $200 session fee with a $2,000 average sale. On the other end of this, now you can get to that $2,380 a month in about a session a week, right? Because now you've got a $200 session fee, a $2,000 average sale, and you're doing about $2,200 a client at that particular number. So 1.08, we'll call it one session a week. Now you're at 4 sessions a month and 42 sessions for the year. So you're basically one session per week throughout the year, okay? Now I want you guys to really let that sink in. One of the reasons I am so passionate about in-person sales and selling your work is it's really twofold. One, it provides a better experience for your client, hands down. 2, it provides a better lifestyle for you and your family. And both parties should win. The client should win and the business should win. And when you do it right, everybody wins. And how much happier are you when you're making $2K per client versus a couple $100? I know the answer for me. I remember exactly how it felt when I started popping those sales, and I want you guys to feel the same thing. Now, a couple questions. Let's dive into reality. What is more likely to be accomplished? 504 sessions in a year or 42 sessions? Do you guys think it would be easier to book 504 or 42? Now, what I can tell you is true. This is absolute reality. You're going to physically burn out if you try to shoot 500 sessions in a year. I guarantee it. There's no way physically you can do it. That's over a session a day, and it's brutal. It is brutal. So why not focus your energy on becoming great at sales and learning how to make more money in a fraction of the time with your business? Why not focus your energy on dialing in your marketing, dialing in your sales strategy, and actually getting good at creating a higher end experience for your client and putting more money in your pocket in the process? All right. And the truth is, people are going to pay high ticket prices for quality work and a great experience. It's 100% true. People pay it all the time, every day, in every city all over the country and all over the world. Okay, so people will pay for high ticket prices for the right experience and for high quality of work. The biggest truth here is if you're still at $200 sessions or $250 or even $500, but you're not charging for the product, every day you stay in neutral, you're leaving money on the table. And I know it might sting to hear it, but the truth sometimes hurts, and it hurt for me too. And when I realized how much I was leaving on the table and how much harder I was having to work, it stung. But running from it and ignoring it doesn't make the problem go away. It makes it worse. So why not start now on creating the right game plan to get your business to that next level, to creating higher end sales, creating better experiences for your clients? And one truth I can promise and guarantee you guys is that clients who invest more at a higher level, they appreciate what you do more as well. They appreciate the experience more. They appreciate the product more. They appreciate everything about what you stand for and represent more. They appreciate all of that stuff more. And it's crazy because sometimes people think that there's this perception that if somebody pays more, they're going to resent you. But it's quite the opposite. When people invest at a higher level, they're proud of the investment, especially when the experience holds up. So that investment actually it does them and you a huge service, because now they're over the moon excited about the product and the experience, and they're more willing to tell people about you. So I think that is a really, really strong truth that most people overlook. Now, if you guys have any questions about that, feel free to drop them in here for me. But this is really, this lesson's a little bit shorter, but I really wanted to hammer home these truths today and get you guys thinking about what kind of money you're leaving on the table, and also thinking about how much more work it's going to take you, to actually convert at $200 to $300 versus $2,000 a client. Okay. So here's the deal. If you guys are sick and tired of being where you are, if you're stuck in your business, if you need help jumping from the $200 to $300 range to the thousands of dollars range, and you want to provide a better experience for your clients, hop on the phone with us, book a call right now, 7stepsixfigures.com/apply. We will craft a game plan for you to help you start making progress and moving in the right direction. And guys, at the end of the day, like I said, every minute that you stay stuck in neutral, you are leaving money on the table, right? Those are clients that you're not serving. That's money that's not being collected. And honestly, your life doesn't improve if you stay where you are. You've got to take that step and get to the next level, okay? We do this on a daily basis. We can help you get there too if you provide an awesome experience and product for your client, okay? So with that being said, appreciate you guys once again. Thank you again for being a part of this bootcamp. We'll be live again tomorrow. Any questions you have, even after this recording, drop them in the comments. I would love to hear what sticks out to you guys. And like I said, we're here for you guys all the time. So have a great day, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.